know where you are while I do this, I demo this first exercise with you. So this is called sit on the dog. It's a dog self-chill exercise. So that you get used to people and other dogs. What you do is you take your dog, you take your leash, you make it nice and tight so all they can do is sit or lie down. The goal is to lie down. This is not the down command though.
This is not a what say?
The down command. But we want him to go down, but I'm not going to tell him to. We're going to wait for him to go down, and then once he's down, your clock starts for 30 minutes. He can go up and down during those 30 minutes, but you want him to just chill himself out. He's a handsome boy, huh?
Yeah, he is.
He looks like he's the 22. And you can't pay attention to him while you're doing this, so you have to be like doing something on the computer or reading a book.
Right.
So it looks like you have some training under you.
Yeah, we do. We've done quite a bit.
Yeah,
We actually train every day,
yeah,
one way or another, and have been ever since we got it.
yeah,
But he's got some issues that are just really hard for him and for us. Mark less so, more for me,
yeah,
but I'm the one that spends the most time training.
yeah,
You may have seen the application
Yeah.
online. He charges the door, even
Yeah.
if it's somebody he knows. He lets them in. Like if someone just comes to the door and just walks in and goes, "Hey Riley, is everything, how are you?" And he just backs right off.
yeah,
But
He runs at them, and if you don't know better,
yeah.
yeah,
you scare the dickens out of them.
And even somebody recently, like a month ago, I was so shocked. I was trying to say thank you to a friend who was bringing me flowers for something, and she was just gonna leave it on the table outside, and I thought, I'm not gonna be rude, I'm gonna go outside. And
Yeah.
of course, he snuck this between my knees. He's never done that
Yeah.
before. And so I was like, oh my God. And then he just went for her wrist, and he'll, like, if we pass someone or we greet someone, he might just, like, it's not like he's trying to bite them, but
Right.
it's like a nip that scares people,
yeah,
understandably, and I keep saying to him, no, they don't have the treats, I have the treats,
right.
trying to diffuse the,
So has most of what you've been doing treat training so far?
yes, a lot of treat training. But we'll walk along and, I can make him sit without and make him come.
Yeah.
Stay, then I walk away for a long ways, and sometimes with the treats we play a game, and I put treats like, Hansel and Gretel along the way. But sometimes I don't, sometimes I just keep walking.
Yeah,
And lately, I've also been running away from him and making him stay. So that all works in a perfect world where there isn't another dog coming.
right,
And when we walk on a busier road, if he's off leash, it almost works better than he's on leash because he's super
yeah, I
protective
wanted to
of
mention, just when you come into my yard, I don't want anyone or any dog to get bit, so if you could just come in on leash.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's
yeah.
a insurance problem, I think.
Sure.
But the key to getting him to behave off leash is getting him to behave on leash first. So you do have to tackle that particular problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll be a lot calmer and a lot less, worried.
Well, for
He's really a watchdog. I mean, other than when he finally relaxes, at night, or, everybody's totally quiet and he'll fall asleep.
Yeah,
If there's things going on, he's always
He's
watching,
watching.
who's coming, who's going,
Everywhere.
going, always totally.
we tried for a while, I begged the vet for some anti-anxiety medication, so he was on fluoxetine for a while, and then I'm like, okay, we can't do this for the rest of your life.
yeah,
And then we tried CBD for a little bit, but honestly, nothing stopped him from charging the front door.
yeah,
Or from, he's gotten a lot better, so much better at actually turning around when we call him, even without zapping him,
Yeah.
and he comes.
So you say zapping, you have an
We have an
electronic
electric
collar?
collar, we have a sport dog. And, I have it like on number 4, so and it's funny, Robert was asking me if I'd ever tested it myself.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I haven't, and then I thought, geez, you chicken. I know Mark had, so I finally tested it, and I could go up to 3. So I figured whatever 4 is, I'm sure it's really not horrible.
Yeah.
But we've had it on, slightly higher when there've been altercations, and he comes out of those, but
Yeah.
I wish we could just avoid them to begin with, that would be ideal.
Yeah.
I'm walking along, and, we're turning past these bushes, I wanna know what's happening beyond those bushes before he does, but it's not a relaxing walk, you know? So,
The other thing is these smaller dogs in particular. He'll rush at dogs when he does at people, and some dogs think it's sort of a game, and other dogs,
Right.
you know,
That's an attack.
and then it turns into a bit of a melee, and some will relax after that. And one time in 15 or 20, it turns into a brawl.
Yeah.
And the same thing will happen, but worse with small dogs. When he charges at the small dogs, and if they defend themselves, maybe it turns back to the large dog standoff potentially. But every now and then, meek small dogs, and he'll really dominate.
well, it's funny, some, if they roll over on their back right away,
Yeah.
it's not a problem.
Right.
It's the little guy like the Australian, what are those little Australian
Australian
terriers?
shepherds.
No, they weren't shepherds, but like an Australian,
There he goes. 6 minutes, 14 seconds, not too bad. I kept the garage doors, usually the garage doors open, but that's usually a bit too much for them at first, if I have something
Distraction.
outside right.
right.
So not to positive reinforcement, not to tell them to lie down, just have them do it on their own.
Right, yeah, this is a behavioral modification exercise.
We should do it every time.
So you should do it at least once a day. You can't really overdo this one. You know what I mean? And eventually, you'll be doing it around people and company. So the great thing about this is he can't get very far away from it. You know, and I'm also holding this for my safety too, my safety as well.
Right.
And it's helpful to have like a little arm thing right here too.
Yeah. Well, I should do it in the afternoons when the UPS truck comes.
You can start off so you're successful at first. That might be a little bit too
Right.
much.
No, I do it in the mornings when I'm
Right.
sitting at my desk or at the dining room, and then
Yeah,
I could definitely do it then because I'm sitting. But yeah. So our UPS guy, Scott, he leaves a treat on every box,
yeah,
almost every box. So of course he just, he goes nuts because he knows there's gonna be a treat.
yeah.
Should I be telling him to stop doing that?
Does he like the UPS guy?
He does.
Charges the
He
door
just
on
charges
the
the front
Yeah.
door.
Well, I think there's more work for you to do. I don't know if the treat's the problem there.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as it's not,
So usually see him do that, like that.
yeah, because we stop to talk to friends when we're walking
Yeah,
all the time, and he lies down
yeah,
and just is like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
Unless there's another dog to play with.
right.
That's really,
I'm just gonna wait for him to go down again, then I'll switch butts to one of you.
So,
he's used to having his WALP now. Sort of now. We don't actually have a strict routine.
Yeah,
Sometimes we walk at 6 in the morning, sometimes we walk at 10 in the morning, and he's fine with it.
yeah,
Like, it's as long as it, and then in the afternoon, same thing, it could be 2 o'clock, it could be 5.
yeah.
And, that doesn't seem to matter. Sometimes we run, sometimes we don't.
Exercise is good, but it's not the only part of the equation,
Well,
yeah.
and the older he's gotten,
Exercise is definitely good.
yeah, he's very fit, he's
Yeah.
super fast. And he'll bring us balls and toys in the house.
Yeah.
still all the time, and so we play with him, and he's very agile and catches and,
Yeah,
quite quickly, and
What was
likes
funny
to
is
play goalie.
Yeah, he doesn't actually go and hit the ball as most dogs do. We've had dogs, I've had dogs all my life.
yeah,
He likes to stand in front of you, kick the ball at him, he'll catch it, or he'll catch it on the fly. It's very fast.
yeah.
But regularly he'll just, like, just something he'll
He'll,
fly
he'll,
by.
he'll fetch
Just
about
lose
2
interest
times, and
in
then
it.
be like, okay,
Yeah.
can I be goalie now?
Might not be his thing.
Right. So how many dogs do you have?
We have 4, we just lost one now, we have 3, we have 2 who are over heart disease, so it's probably gonna be a difficult year for us. We're gonna probably end up with just 1 at the end of the year. That's my client's dog that you hear in there. That's Odin, he's a big husky,
Uh-huh.
he's very
Oh, it sounds
upset.
like-
Huh?
Sounds like a smaller dog.
He's huge,
Wow,
he just makes baby barks.
that's so funny. We had a Malamute Shepherd mix
Yeah.
before, and he was about 130 pounds. And he definitely did have a life of,
Yeah, that guy's only 7 months old and he's already like 75 pounds.
so that's what this one is.
He's like wrestling a polar bear.
Yeah. People are pretty good.
Just need him to DOWN again.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta be patient with this one, obviously. So when I tell there he goes. Yes, pretend it's 30 seconds. 30 minutes. If I'm at the end of 30 minutes and he's not down, I'll typically wait for him to go down.
Right.
Unless I have, a pressing emergency of some sort.
Right.
Start again.
Right. All right, so you try with him.
So once he lies down, leave him for 30 minutes?
Yep. He can go up and down. It's all about him finding his chill position. You might want to put it under, in between there,
Okay.
so he can get
See,
it kind of in.
he's also learned that he can crawl on her lap.
Yeah,
That's why I was going to put it on.
yeah, with every dog, like the first dog was never allowed up to the second floor.
Yeah,
Second dog was never allowed on the couch. No, not at night. This one, I put a towel on the couch next to me if I'm leaving once in a while, and
yeah.
it's just pathetic how we turned into these empty nesters.
I hate to tell you all of my dogs sleep in bed with me.
Well, and you know
I've
what?
slept with my in-laws since I was
He
child.
slept with us in the bedroom for a long time, but Mark's asthma started getting worse, so we had to train him
Yeah.
to, and do I do anything?
too.
Not crazy allergic or
Not
allergic.
Doberman stuff. All right, yeah, just push him off.
Sorry, Riley. No?
And don't talk to him. Just push him off. Don't punch him or anything.
Yeah, he slept in the bedroom, and he was a really quiet sleeper, and I thought, this is so nice, to be sleeping in the same room. But now we have this game, after Mark lets him out at night, the last one, and then he makes him run up the stairs to his bed, we make him twirl and sit, and he gets
You don't
his
make him do anything.
he just does it by himself now.
You tell him that he sees a TRAT in my hand and say, go upstairs, go lie down. He goes upstairs, up the stairs, goes to bed, does everything, and he sits there and waits. Because he knows he's gonna get a TRAT. And that's that.
There he goes.
So,
1 minute, 30 seconds.
how long?
1 minute, 30 seconds.
What do you figure, is there something, a target?
Well, I like when they go down right away.
Yeah.
And then they're down for a long time,
See, that's like pulling.
But, and I don't increase the distractions until they can go down in a minute or so.
Yeah.
And I start to increase the distractions from there.
Like open the garage door?
Right. Or go to the park and do it.
And watch the SQUIRRELs go by?
Do you like those?
Oh, yeah. They're good. They're fun.
So how long have you been training dogs?
17 years now.
Wow.
So what do you think of, what is his name? The dog whisperer. He's not
Caesar
around as
Milan?
much anymore. Yeah, he used to be big.
He's more of a behaviorist than a dog trainer.
Yeah.
I've never met him in person,
But
so.
you've probably seen something that he does.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What does a behaviorist do that a dog trainer
A
doesn't?
behaviorist doesn't really use commands.
Oh, what?
Behaviorist doesn't really use commands, and he tries to be more, he tries to use the body language of the dog.
Yeah.
To control them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And a trainer.
A trainer, uses, they have to know about behavior too, but, or they should, but they use more commands to get the behavior to change.
I guess
So that
behavior
you can
something.
tell your dog what to do instead of what not to do, and do it, and not, have to do,
Yeah.
chase them or anything. Yeah, there's several different ways to do it. There's a really well-known behaviorist that I went to a seminar with, and a lot of his things, they're good, but they wouldn't really work in my setting. You know what I mean?
Your setting is in here,
Right, yeah.
right?
Like he sleeps with his dog pen. That doesn't work with, his clients, that doesn't work with me. I need my 8-hour sleep. I'm sorry.
The only time I slept with him was when he first came home. I slept on the floor next to him for a couple of nights and then
Okay, so this is also interesting what he's doing, because it's reminding me, his back's a little bit round, he's not looking super comfortable, I don't know, something's,
Yeah.
there's-
And he's nervous.
and so, in the car, he's okay in the car for an hour or two, but in fact, when we drive to Montreal, which is where we're from originally, we used to bring him back and forth, somewhere around hour 3, suddenly his back's round, and he's
Yeah.
falling, and he's panting.
That's my dog Shayna's tell too. I can tell whether she's
And
concerned by her back arching.
Now, what is that?
That's just some ways, dogs have different, they all have their unique ways of telling you something.
But so this is, and then so you go, okay, all right, so we stop out. Is it
You
a
can
meal?
release
Probably
it and
not.
switch.
you can what?
You can release it and switch with Mark.
Okay.
And then we'll give him water, and he'll do his business in the woods, and probably have a pee or something. And then, but basically,
Underneath your bum.
and under the chair, right?
Yeah, and very short. Shorter than that.
There you go.
There you go.
So basically, then you get back in the car, and 20 minutes later, he's doing it again, after for 3 hours, being just fine. And so it's
Some dogs have a threshold, like so far. Especially dogs that are nervous, they can only take so much time without any particular stress.
So is that telling us that basically, I don't know, any dog I've ever had anything to do with, eventually learned to spend a lot of time in the car?
Yep.
So is it a learning thing?
It could be, is it possible he's car sick and all?
Well, we find it, but he's never thrown up,
Yeah,
but he just has sort of a funny look.
yeah.
And you kind of go, we better pull over.
But never any hint of anything once?
Yeah, and we feed him en route and,
Yeah.
he keeps it down. Mostly, I think.
So, so that's also an interesting kind of something that, if that can be perfected somehow. But other than doing it a lot or doing it more, we might be spending a lot more time in the car driving to South Carolina in winters. And who knows what that'll turn
Just
to.
have to,
Yeah.
But dogs learn to get over car sickness, don't they? And if
you
not,
know, there's so under it.
Yeah, once your motion sick, they have medicine for that, but,
Give him gravel or something. Whatever there is.
or maybe, I don't know if you put them in a crate, but that might help them too. to, you know, block out all the movement.
Yeah. What about the chain? You know that there's a time way back, I don't know if I've seen it recently, but where they drag a chain off the cart, makes a noise.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You attach a short, about a 1 foot long, a foot and a half long chain, and it just drags off the back of the cart.
Why?
And it makes a noise.
Oh, it becomes white noise right now?
I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
That's the first time I've ever heard of that.
yeah, well, that was, and it's been a while, I have to say, since I've seen it. But that was, I was wondering what it was, eventually I got it, so. Wow.
You can say okay to him.
Okay, I'm a good boy. Am I allowed to say good boy too?
Yes,
Okay,
as long as you're at the end of it, you can acknowledge him.
alright. Alright,
That wasn't bad.
so, what's the next test?
It's not a task.
Oh, well, challenge, challenge.